is. Well, let me tell you something. We're not on either team here. We're on the side of, we're trying to be on the side of common sense and logic and the betterment of humanity. I'm not on the red team. I'm not on the blue team. And Jeff Berwick is, let me tell you a little something about him. He's a Canadian who left Canada years ago. He lives in Mexico. He's been there for 10 years. He's an anarchist. He started Anarchapulco, which is the largest anarchist convention in the world. That happens in Acapulco, Mexico every February. He owns a company called the Dollar Vigilante that deals with financial services. You know, when people tell Jeff Berwick, if you like anarchy so much, why don't you go to Somalia? He does. He goes to Somalia to see what it's like. And when they say, oh, well, you talk about hyperinflation of the currency, have you ever seen it in real life? He said, actually, no. So he goes to Venezuela in the middle of a currency crisis. And those two, you know, the reports a couple months ago of the two guys that stormed Epstein's Island with video cameras in their bathing suits, that's Jeff. He was one of those guys. So
really?
we're talking about a guy that has a problem with authority, that does not like any government. And so we take his perspective, which is extreme and awesome. And you take my perspective, which is I am in agreement with him on the majority of his things, but I'm not as hardcore as he is. I'm an American who lives in America, has lived here my whole life. I'm not a fan of either one of the parties. And so when we put our heads together and came up with the book, it kind of worked in a way. It wasn't, you know, we probably would have been more embraced by one side if we had gone the Bob Woodward way and just picked one team and said, this side is great. The other side is the cause of all the problems. Let's blame them. And we could appeal to half the country and sell 1 million books. Sure. Well, as it is, we're a #1 bestseller on Amazon. So